Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a special episode of the Entrepreneurs Journal, and this is a very special day.
Yeah.
Because why are we celebrating this?
Because we hit 1,000 subscribers in our YouTube channel.
Yes! And
Finally, Jin.
Finally. And actually, it's not that long. I was expecting way more than 4 months. I was actually expecting a year, but we managed to hit it in 4 months.
Yeah.
I never thought that was really possible. So we want to just quickly pop. Yeah, add in CGI. to celebrate this milestone, and we want to just do this special episode to thank all of you guys who are watching our channel from day one since we started, subscribing and staying tuned to all of the episodes. So we really want to thank you guys, because if it's not for you guys, this show, this Entrepreneurs Journal podcast will not be possible.
Thank you!
Yeah, true. Very thank you for all of you for subscribing and like our channel, and also keep engaging in our comments. Really appreciate it.
I always imagine like who is going to actually watch two grown men here
Yeah.
interviewing people. We don't have any experience in doing podcasts.
Yep.
We are not like interviewers or working in the media or stuff like that. So this is entirely new to us, but apparently people are kind enough to tune in to watch, and we are proud of what we achieved so far.
I think I also want to really thank you to our guests, because the guests who came in actually they are really helpful, and they actually came over due to their busy days, working days, and they came over to help us out on our podcast. So I think really have to give them applause.
Again, keep some put in some celebration effects. We'll edit that into the video. Exactly. I really want to thank the guests as well for taking their time, like what Steven mentioned, of their busy schedule, coming over here to share their amazing experiences, behind the scenes, their struggles, and some of them really touched our life as well.
Yeah, correct.
Right. And I hope it touched the same as you guys as well. This episode is for you guys. Thank you so much. I can't stop saying thank you. But we just want to like run through a bit of what we have learned so far, why we started this podcast, although we have mentioned it before in previous episode. But I think it's time to do a little update since we have hit a milestone. Like, is there anything changed with our vision, and the mistakes, the behind the scene that we have encountered so far in these 4 months, and what we have learned as well from our guests, and what's next for TEJ. So it's going to be a shorter one, not as comprehensive, like a 1 hour plus episode. So we try to keep it short and fill you guys with some interesting facts and information. Yeah, so the story behind launching the Entrepreneurs Journal, TEJ, is we wanna share people's story and experience, because we ourselves is always curious about asking people's question. People who are more successful in what they do, have a lot of accomplishment. We feel that it's not fair for us just to listen to them and keep it to ourselves. So we thought, what if we can actually bring those stories out to more people?
Yeah, correct. And we are fortunate, to able to meet those successful people, and the one that has story, and share it with us personally, and able to share with you as well. Yeah,
exactly. So although the guests is pretty diverse, like across the board, every single niche industry, but we feel that even though if you're not in that industry, you can learn something outside from the industry. For example, we are from animation, the games and animation industry. So a lot of the stuff that we used to learn is just in animation industry. Right. But when I start to speak to people outside of the industry, I felt that there's so much more to learn, and there's so many things that I actually don't know.
Yeah.
Right. So that is why we went ahead and approached a lot of people, from different industry, and get them to come on the show and spread as much knowledge as possible in their field.
But still, we are still under the few pillars, our content pillars, which is business, healthcare, fitness, sports, and creative. This is our main content pillar. Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about like the initial challenges that we face, because this 4 months,
There's a lot though. There's really a lot. Really a lot that we make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
I still remember the first one is the one that. It's funny, but that's really terrible. To be honest,
Yeah.
I feel so sorry for the guests.
What happened? Let's tell the guests what happened.
Well, I mean, initially when we are talking, we thought it's like recording and all. Okay, but it did record the full one, but the second guest came in and we did another podcast, and accidentally we overwrite the file for the first guest. I'm so sorry, Jared. Jared. So sorry.
Yeah.
We are still waiting for you to come back, okay?
Yes.
So sorry for this. That's the biggest mistake I think in the first episode that we have do it all. This is very, really, really embarrassing. So,
yeah. But I guess those are the things you have to go through, right?
Wow.
You never make the mistake, you never learn. Same as all of the entrepreneurs that we speak to. Everybody have made so many silly mistakes, right? And that brought them to where they are. Yeah. But that is one of the funniest mistakes as well. Although it's very painful, I still remember the pain of not recovering the audio file. And we can't use that episode after we recorded it because it was such a good episode.
Correct.
Such an amazing episode.
We find so many ways to recover back the audio, but unfortunately, we unable to.
Yeah, that was extremely painful. But then again, we learned, and after that, things has been a lot smoother. But speaking of running a podcast, I never thought it would be this much of work. I thought running a podcast is always easy. You just sit down, ask questions.
Then record,
that's it, right? But the amount of work that we had to go through, because initially we podcast wasn't like the main thing that we wanted to do. We wanted to do something else, like to set up some products that we want to sell, and the podcast was just like a byproduct out of the main business. But eventually we pivot into setting up this podcast because we found that it's something that we are really passionate about. And we thought that, okay, it's not too hard, let's try it out. But once we started it, the amount of challenges, the work that it takes to run this podcast channel is really a lot of work.
Correct. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy as it seems. The amount of work is really, 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 really a lot.
Exactly. And I really respect and salute to the podcasters out there, especially those who have been running for years and years, pumping out episode after episode, right? So those really take a lot of consistency.
And right now we only have only 3 of us. We don't have any.
And shout out to Kenji, who's behind the cameras, who is working, to set up all the production, the cameras, and all behind the scene. Yeah, but it's definitely a lot of work to manage the guests, to set up time to book them to come onto the show, to set up the equipment, to schedule for the guests that lines up with our schedule as well, right? And after that, you need to copy out the files, edit the video, and editing takes so much time as well because we are doing most of the editing ourselves. Right? We don't have a huge team, and that takes a lot of time. So hopefully, things get easier as we move on. Things get faster, and we can produce even more content moving forward.
So that's why your support is really, really important for us.
Yes, exactly.
So wherever that you watch, please subscribe and also like our channel and like the video as well.
Yeah, it means a lot to us for us to grow the channel bigger and bringing more amazing guests. Right. So, what have we learned so far from the guests? Maybe we can just share a few of the lessons that really stuck with us from the guests, and we can just mention out a few for the audience.
Well, what do you learn?
Me, you bounce it back to me. Well, the one biggest thing I've learned throughout all of the guests is their perseverance. Everybody actually went through really hard times. Really, really hard times. None of them really actually have it easy in the beginning and everything was smooth sailing. So that really taught me a lesson that now that we are starting this podcast, coming out to, form a venture into a totally new industry, we should be as perseverant as all the entrepreneurs that's been on the show, right? Because we might not get views for videos, we might not get any traction, but that's not an excuse for us to just stop doing it. We should just keep going, improve, find out what the people actually want to watch, what mistake that we have done, and keep moving forward, right? So I think that is one of the biggest things that stuck with us. Yeah.
I mean, to me, I have learned that, especially like Usama and Yongpin,
from Monster,
and also from
Wow Animation.
from Wow Animation, because they have a lot of founders.
Yeah.
Which has really surprised me that, having a lot of founders and able to, respect each other and able to work it together is really, really surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, to me all my business, at least I have 3 founders, right? But 3 is already like hard to, sometimes you have to convince your opinion and you have to enlighten them and have to understand each other very well. But 5 is really, really a lot, and it takes a lot of courage and also, patience.
Yeah.
To really, really sit down together and make sure everything runs okay. Yeah.
And everybody has to be aligned.
Yeah. Which is very, very hard.
Yeah.
I mean, to people out there who really want to find more than 2 or 3 partners, to be honest, it's actually it worked, because like Osama and also Yongpin, Wow and Monster is a very good reference, and they really make it through on their business.
Yeah.
So I think trust is very important, and respect, and having an empathy in the relationship between the founders.
Empathy, yes. Yeah. And putting ego aside. I think that's one thing that destroy a lot of partnership is everybody having their own ego and not willing to take a step back and think that what's best for the company, for the team, right? Yeah.
Definitely have to compromise, I believe.
Yeah.
But of course, if someone that you're able to see the vision further, or the belief, and have to enlighten everyone, basically. Just have to do that, and make sure it's able to happen.
Yeah, and make sure to, if you feel that there's cracks in the partnership, I think it's very important to fix it very quickly, rather than just letting it be and stay silent and let the crack become bigger and bigger, to a point that there's no turning back. You cannot feel in the crack anymore, right? Yeah. So if you feel there's issue, need to speak it out, communicate, be frank with each other, and try to fix it. And if you try everything else and it still can't fix, you guys, the team is not the team is not jiving together, not gelling together, I think maybe have to make the hard decision to split and go separate ways, if that's really the case for certain people. But it's important to fix it as early as possible.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And another thing that I have learned, throughout the podcast, right? I think this is also very important, is that every entrepreneur, or every even athletes or fitness or sports or health, creative, I think one thing, you just have to start.
Very true.
You just have to start, and if you don't start, you even do anything about it. Even from Manlong or from Calvin, from the the Evolve Bodybuilding, you just have to start. I mean, start doing it, start to be disciplined, start to eat healthy. And even if you're like Osama or Yongpin, who runs business, you have to start as well. Because even for Osama himself, he didn't even know that he wanted to set up a company, but he just want to run his own project. But eventually, it become a company, and he has to
continue on the problems.
Correct. So, you just have to start, and you have to figure out when you're going on the process. So start is very important, actually.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, people thought starting is the hardest. From some of the founders, actually they felt that starting is actually the easy one. You just have to make the start. And there's one founder we heard from Adian, who is another founder from Malaysian MSF, Malaysian Speed Festival. He mentioned that starting is easy, but maintaining it and growing the business is the hardest, right? Because it takes so much resilience, like I mentioned just now.
Correct.
Yeah, you will hit with problems after problems, challenges after challenges, competitors, issues in day-to-day running a business, operation,
people,
cash flow,
people.
Yeah. So those trying to power through those things and try to maintain and stay relevant the next 5 years, 10 years, that is actually the hardest part. And most people might not even hit that 2 years, 1 year mark even after running a business.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's definitely some very important life lesson and business lesson, entrepreneurship lessons that we have learned. So more to come. Hopefully, when we meet our maybe 100 entrepreneur or 50 entrepreneur, we'll really do a deep dive episode on all the things that we have learned, consolidate into one single episode and share it to you guys. So stay tuned.
Or probably we might have a journal. Probably.
Oh yeah, a journal. That's why we are called the Entrepreneur's Journal. A journal of all the inputs from all the CEOs, founders.
Probably we can, we can have this journal out probably after that.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Let's talk a bit about behind the scenes. We talked a bit about some mistakes that we've done so far, right? What about some of the funny moments, or even how do you felt when sometimes when some episode we thought it was going to do well, but didn't really do that well, This is something that a lot of creators actually struggle, and us being a creator I feel the pain sometimes. Although people say like you should ignore the stats, ignore the view counts and everything,
but sometimes you're just unable to because you keep on, see the analytics on the YouTube and even like TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. Even though sometimes we thought we might be doing something right, but turns out maybe not so. And probably not the audience, like you don't like to watch it, so we are still improving in this term actually.
We're trying to every single episode we're trying to learn like what the audience actually wants to watch or what would benefit the audience more, hopefully to improve the statistics of the performance of the channel and stuff like that. Now that's something that we try not to think about it too much because correct. Our whole point is to actually share knowledge and share the stories. But in order for the channel to grow bigger, it's unavoidable. Sometimes we have to look at all the statistics
and we have to reach out. The video have to reach out everywhere. To more people and audience. So I mean, sometimes it's just hard to not to avoid the algorithm things. So we still have to figure out. But definitely we won't lower down our quality
just to chase view or do something to chase view.
We won't do that because at the end of the day we still create videos to provide value to our audience and for you. So for startups, for business owners, for people who want to start something, and this is really for you. So we are not here to I'm lying if we are not chasing any views or subscribers, because we need that as well in order to keep, like we mentioned, we have to keep the channel growing. So, but still we have to, we will create more quality videos for you guys.
Exactly. And I think because looking at the whole journey, how are we going to reach 10,000 subscriber, 100,000 subscriber?
I think it will be very hard.
But it's not impossible. So hopefully you guys can support the channel and support us on what we are doing. And it's only through you guys that we can actually grow the channel and bring in more amazing guests. But rather than looking out so far, I think it's important to always celebrate the small wins.
Yes.
Right. So that's always something that I believe strongly. If you are having a too big of a target, too far of a goal, it always overwhelms you and you give up. But if you just celebrate all the small wins, like right now, 1,000 subscriber, for some people might be a small subscriber count, but for us, it's a huge milestone.
It's a really, really huge milestone for us because we never expected that, that it can reach until 1,000 subscribers.
Exactly. And it's all thanks to all of you guys who, support the whole Entrepreneurs Journal community.
I wanted to share about like even there's something like behind the scenes that we have done, like for example like Instagram, TikTok. While we are doing guys, we are really, really trying our best, to find even the thumbnail, what to write. Jean always like send me a photo already, then I have to think about, okay, what should I write for this episode? And okay, how can I make sure when people see this and it will click into the video. And we are keep on trying. We're doing A/B testing. And even in TikTok, every platform I think is different. TikTok function differently, Instagram function differently, and YouTube function differently. So wherever that I, put in TikTok, it doesn't perform well in Instagram. And sometimes when I post it in Instagram, it doesn't perform well in TikTok. I don't know why. And I'm trying to figure out. And TikTok and Instagram, if you are listening to this, help me out. Help us out, please.
Yeah.
And, so, and there's one point that, when I post the popular one, the Nasi Kanda episode, which is Fubizo by Alvin Andrew. So, and when I post in TikTok, it doesn't happen like there's many views or people reach out to that trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been trying 2 times, and the third time, the magic happens. On Sunday, I still remember, when I want to sleep, when I was going to sleep, right? Then okay lah, I'm like, okay, let me try one more time.
Yeah.
If this doesn't happen, then just fuck it lah. But surprisingly, when I post that and I make sure I capture like what Alvin mentioned is that one plate of nasi kanda equals to one plate of
one serving of nasi kanda equals to one serving
of
cancer.
Yeah. Actually, this is I would say is like a mythology. Is it called mythology?
It's metaphor?
It's like a metaphor.
Yeah. It means that it's not healthy for you.
Yeah, correct.
If you eat it every single day, one serving of nasi kanda might not be healthy, but same for a lot of other foods as well.
Correct. It doesn't mean that it's really, when you eat one serving of nasi kanda, you serve one serving of cancer. But that video really blows up in TikTok. And I think it's about, currently, I think if I'm not mistaken, it's about like 120K thousand views right now.
Yeah.
And second one is Yong Pin's one about Bobo Boy and Mekamato. And
79,000
views. And the recent one that really hit will be in Osama's trailer, Agent Ali, in Instagram. But TikTok, it doesn't really function well. So
yeah, strange. Yeah. Sometimes we just have to keep testing, because I think we are not really doing viral stuff like a lot of the other TikTok content, which is aiming to go viral.
Yeah.
So our content is more on like knowledge, entrepreneurship, something more serious, but at the same time we try to make it as lighthearted as possible. Yeah. So sometimes it managed to reach out to people, it clicks with people, but sometimes maybe the algorithm didn't pick it up, or maybe the topic just wasn't interesting enough, for people to watch. So it's definitely a tricky thing, but definitely, we are trying to improve every single episode, looking at the statistics. Again, we are not playing the statistic game, but we are trying our best to make every episode as best as possible.
Yep.
Like even in social media, Steven is really doing a lot of work to try to make it as engaging and try to like reach out to more people. On the main YouTube episode, which we are doing the edits, even the thumbnail, I spend like sometimes up to 2 hours just doing the thumbnail. And because I treat every single thumbnail like a piece of artwork, so masking out our heads, the guest heads, positioning the size that pops out to the people, applying those rim lights, painting the hair to make it like soft, so it blends with the light properly. Finding like images to put in there to make people curious, so that we'll click in. Thumbnail text, which we always discuss, like you will propose a bunch of thumbnail text in the middle of the night, and we'll talk about like which should we go with, mix and match some of the words.
Correct. Title as well. So it's really not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's
Running
not
a podcast is not easy.
And I sometimes I have to because there's a lot of format that I have to do, especially the posting into social media. There's like carousel. I have to snip every faces, the images. Then I have to place it properly, and then I probably have to do about like at least three carousels. Short forms as well. The shorts I have to really cut and listen. Put the caption in and make sure it's right. Then only post it. So it's not easy, and scheduling everything in different platform. So yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah. And then I'm actually quite thankful to have a team, it's like Steven and Kenji behind, because I think we play into each other's strength. Some things that I'm weak at, Steven will pick it up. Something that I'm good at, I will handle it. Right. So Steven, like for example, in this case, Steven is always better in writing doing the marketing side, So Steven does a great job in that. So I'm always more on like the art side, handling all the production side, and Kenji is more on the operation side of the production. So I think this is like what you mentioned, like Usama, Yongping's team, have a very good collaboration.
And different people have different skill set.
Strength. Yeah, because if everybody is good at, everybody feels that they are the best, then there's no room for improvement. Then everybody is like want to play into their own ego. Right. So I think that's very important to realize where you're weak at and how your partners can come in to help you.
Yeah,
right?
and always ask for help. Definitely, don't be shy. Not asking for help.
Yeah. So thanks, man.
Hey.
Okay, so what's next for TEJ?
So TEJ, for upcoming episodes, we will have more guests coming in. I think our target will be should be 45 episodes
by the end of the year.
Yeah, and we're gonna slip it here. We are actually also doing reality show.
Yes.
So not only the TEJ podcast, but we are actually doing reality show with our guests
outside from the studio.
Outside from the podcast studio.
Yeah.
So it's really, really exciting. We have few episodes shot already, and I can't wait to let you all watch this. And I hope you all really enjoy it.
Yep, definitely. Because we want to do something a bit more than just sitting down on the studio, the table to chat with the guests, which is what we enjoy doing. But we feel that we should put ourselves like
experience it. We experience it for you
in the natural habitat of the guests, what they're good at, right? So not every episode will have that reality show style of video, but certain guests we feel like, hey, we can actually head on over to their studio, their workplace, or whatever that they are doing, to either have a challenge with them or to learn what they're doing, like to try out what they're doing, or maybe just educational. Sometimes showcasing what they're doing.
To just really experience what they are how they've been throughout the day, and how they really work it out something. So
so that hopes to add a bit of spice into the channel as well, the content as well. And of course, thanks to you guys, hopefully we can continue to grow the channel and bring in even more amazing guests for you guys. And if you guys have any particular guests that you think we should bring in, leave them in the comments below. We will try our best to fulfill your requests.
Yep. Yes.
And of course, hopefully the next 6 to 12 months, we could reach 10,000 subscribers.
Wow.
Hopefully. Big goals. Hopefully.
Very, very ambitious.
Yeah, that is our next milestone. Hopefully 10,000 subscriber, and we can really build a community.
I hope so too.
That is a community that really gain a lot from the channel, not just for the sake of like fans or watching the videos and don't gain much out of it other than just pure entertainment, right?
But at least we read a lot of comments. The video does really give them a lot of value.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it does give them the courage to start something, understand how the business works, and there's a lot of comments. Thank you for for really thank you for supporting all our videos.
And that makes us really happy, like hearing people being inspired, especially from either the guests or from us asking particular question that they want to know. So that really means a lot to us, other than just the view counts and the subscriber. Let's wrap this video up with some final words. So Steven, you want to shoot any final words to the audience?
Well, thank you again. We keep on saying thank you because
this is a thank you video. It's a thank you video.
Because it's really, we didn't really expect to have have 1,000 subscribers. Really thank you everyone for supporting, and please keep on supporting us, and we will promise you we will definitely have better quality, more guests coming in, and giving you more valuable knowledge and guide you through your life.
Yes, exactly. And I just want to echo off Steven's message again. Again, thank you. This is a thank you video. This is for you guys who has watched a lot of our episodes. Support the channel, subscribe to the channel. This channel wouldn't have made it so far without you guys watching, you guys supporting. So thank you. Thank you to the guests as well that came on the show. It means a lot to us. taking time out of your busy schedule to come on here like an hour or two just to talk to us, right? And I really appreciate that. We are really happy to have made connections with the guests as well, because I think doing a podcast, what I like doing a podcast the most is able to reach out to a lot of people and connect with a lot of people. And because we are talking with them on such an intimate basis, like spending 2 hours with them, having them sharing their own personal experience, and sometimes it can be really personal. And that really establishes a connection, which is very hard to achieve if you're just going to a networking event, meeting like 100 people, right? Just shaking their hands, exchange name card.
And after that, nothing happened.
And nothing happened, right? Or maybe sometimes there is, but having a podcast like this, I really appreciate this kind of experience and the guests, trusting us and giving us a chance. I think that's all we want to say in this episode. It's just a quick one. It wasn't really scripted. We just have a bunch of questions and points that we want to bring out to the audience. So it's going to be a bit rough on the edges. But again, thank you so much. And please continue to support the channel. Continue to watch the videos. We can't promise that we will actually bring in all the guests that you guys request. But what we can promise is to make the show better every single episode, right? For you guys who have subscribed. So again, please support the channel, subscribe, share to your friends and family. And if you discover this journal, don't keep it to yourself. Share it to the world. We'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.
Thank you.
Woohoo! Woo! 1,000.
1,000.
Yes.